Good afternoon. My name is Lalit Rao. I'm the editor of www.cinema-poet.com, a bilingual website in English and French about world cinema. And today with me I have a very special guest all the way from Hof in southern Germany, Mr. Heinz Badewitz. Mr. Badewitz, thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak to you. About you, it's been said that you are one of the oldest film festival directors. So what is it which has kept you going all these years?
I think it keeps you young. You have to be on a move always, and therefore it is very good for your health, in your body, to go around looking for new talents and to find them and to present them in the festival. And therefore, I think I don't feel my age never. And therefore, everybody says, I'm looking so young, but now I'm more than 70 years old. But I run the festival from the very first beginning since 47 years now. But I was very young when I started. You see, I was a filmmaker in the first years when I went to Munich. It was the #1 film capital in Germany. These years in Munich, yes. Yeah. And so I met all the other unknown directors, like Fassbinder, Herzog, Wenders, etc., Flöndorf, and we made short films in this time, and therefore we wanted to rent a cinema in Munich, but they hated us. We had long hairs, long coats, and we were a little not so prominent. Nobody knows us. And I said, I know an exhibitor in my hometown, Hof. It's a small city in northern Bavaria, and everybody says, let's go. We said, we have a cinema, we present our films. It was a huge success, and says the festival starts, and it wasn't planned that we organize a festival, It was a one-time event, but everybody knows about in Germany, knows that this was happening. And the year after, we had 3 days, made 3 days out of it. And then from the dance festival on, I noticed, I cannot be anymore a filmmaker. I had to be to present my colleagues, as a festival director. And this was 76, where Brian De Palma had his very first retrospective. And he came from Hollywood, to Hof, and Hof was rising, and therefore it's now the 47th year I made.
But Mr. Badewitz, what makes Hof so special? Because there are festivals like Cannes, Badewitz, which are considered the big festivals. Yeah. But Hof, of course, it has its own fame to filmmakers, but general public, it's a small place. So what makes it so special?
Yes, it is the birthplace of the young German cinema. All the young talents like Wenders, Herzog, Fassbinder, among others, grow up there, and become well known and famous, and therefore it is the birthplace of the well-known German cinema existing still today, and therefore the festival is always looking for the new Wenders, Herzog, and Fassbinder every year, where are the talents, and they are there and they are present, and we have also a variety of independent films around the world, and therefore half in the program, German films in the 50% international films, and the well-known directors are amidst the unknown directors, in one program, and that is fantastic. And therefore we don't have a competition, therefore, we want not to compete under us, and therefore it is a fantastic atmosphere, and everybody's coming from around Germany and the surrounding countries to look for new films, and that's it, there are the German film industry is present, the distributors, the journalists, the funders, the money givers, etc., and therefore, and the exhibitors, of course, and together with an enthusiastic audience, they're sitting together we have 8 screens, in the festival, and therefore we have about 30,000 seats available in this small city for the running time of the festival, and we don't make press shows, nothing, we present the films together with a public audience, where everybody can join, and therefore that is the secret of Hof, that is an atmosphere as a festival, a filmmakers festival made for enthusiastic audience in the film industry.
My next question to you, Mr. Badewitz, it's about your role at Berlinale. I read that you also do a program,
Yes.
Perspective Deutsches.
No, not Perspective. I run German cinema.
Yeah, German
cinema. Yes.
Can you-
Perspective. I'm in the selecting committee also. But since 1977, I run the German cinema show. Is a presentation of new German films provided with English subtitles for our foreign guests. Coming around the world to Berlin, and I run this since 1977, and I go on next February also in the festival with this program.
And one last question, Mr. Badewitz, in the age of internet and multimedia, do you see any future for cinema? Do you think that with the quick download of films, do you think cinema is the future? Do you think the generations to come would respect cinema?
Yes, I think respect for cinema cannot be done by download. You had to go to the big screens in the cinemas. That the film has a real reception. For an audience. Otherwise, you cannot see a film. You know the story maybe. You learn the story behind some images, but to see a film, you had to go to the cinemas, and you need a big screen, of course.
Okay. And lastly, Mr. Badewitz, which are the other film festivals which do you think have the spirit of hope? Telluride, for example?
Yes, Telluride. When Herzog explained once, Hof is a German Telluride. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. In Telluride, I know the director also, and we always meet us, on different places, on different festivals in the world, and it is a lot of fun, to talk together and know the films, there is a screening, and know the place also is 1,800 meters altitude situated, and Wim Wenders explained Hof. For him, the name of the city HOF is home of films. Therefore, it is wonderful. It is wonderful explanation of Hof.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badewitz, and thank you.
To go here. Yes. Okay. Thank you.